Even before those public arguments were made in committee, the millionaire income tax garnered unprecedented attention with more than 100,000 sign-ins marking pro or con on Senate Bill 6346. Opponents of this tax say 90% voted against the bill, showcasing the unpopularity of the proposal. But now supporters of the tax claim hundreds of those sign-ins are fake, and lawmakers are looking into it. Fox 13's Shira Matsuzawa breaks down the sideshow to the millionaire tax debate.
We have had, it seems, manipulation of our public comment system. Following stakeholder reports of impersonation, initial review indicates that there are over 19,000 duplicate records and over 200 people have been fraudulently signed in on the bill without their knowledge.
Impersonation, duplicates, fraud. Democratic Representative April Berg addressing those concerns Tuesday ahead of a hearing for the proposed millionaires tax.
I'm very concerned that people are playing games with a tool that's really used for democracy.
And she's not the only one. Republican Representative Ed Orcutt.
We're concerned that, some people have taken advantage of the system. We are going to work with the majority party and with our staff to try and make sure our system is secure as possible.
We found the sign-up list for Tuesday's hearing, which showed 130,000 people signed up. And next to some names were comments like this: definitely not a bot. Talks of bots come after Senator John Braun mentioned them earlier this month in his newsletter, which said Democrats have tried to say bots are responsible even though the legislature blocks bots. We know better. Representative Berg says the fake sign-ins came to their attention on Monday when nearly 200 people reached out to them.
And then based on that, our staff did a quick Control F to see if there were any duplicates.
Also on Monday, the group Invest in Washington Now presented evidence of this fraud. Representative Berg says they will now investigate. But what does that investigation look like?
That's TBD. I know my ranking, Representative Orcutt, he was wonderful in the dais today. He also wants to look into this. So this is going to be a bipartisan effort to get to the bottom of what happened in this situation.
On Monday, the Washington Education Association and Service Employees International Union 775 wrote this letter, calling on the Washington State House of Representatives and Attorney General Nick Brown to investigate. The chief clerk has since told Fox 13 they are investigating and plan on making system improvements in the future to prevent this sort of abuse. Meanwhile, a spokesperson for Senate Democrats tells us their IT team is also looking into these allegations. Regardless of the duplicated names, still an unprecedented response.
There's over 100,000 unique individuals who have signed in with concerns about this bill.
I want to make sure these are, heartbeats and not bot beats.
Shira Matsuzawa, Fox 13 News.
Brian Haywood with the Let's Go Washington group encouraged Washingtonians to sign in against the income tax measure ahead of today's meeting. He sent a statement which reads in part, these attempts to minimize the concerns of voters don't change the outcome. It just emphasizes how desperate they are to downplay the clear and historic rejection. The statement goes on to say their continued fear-based rhetoric and attacks appear aimed at distracting from a simple fact. People do not want an income tax.